That's Clone Force 99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting.
We're all you need.
They call themselves the Bad Batch. Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special spooky edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 63. My name is Ken, and I am your host in the Mojo Dojo Casa House today. And you know I can't do it alone. With us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, Brian's not here, but I got the deer.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Currency.
I'm gonna eat some venison tonight. He's the for sale champ, but he's not for sale unless you name the right price. It's John Rodriguez. And how are you, man?
Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price. Good. Ken, how are you?
I went to the DMV today like this.
No, you didn't.
You got a new
You
ID.
get your license picture taken?
I got the real ID.
Like that?
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, now
but
you
they
have to
told-
drive like that all the time.
No, they told
Right?
me to
Oh,
take
no,
it
to
off.
travel like that, right?
They told me to take it off.
It's so
I was like,
scary.
really?
Yeah.
So scary.
You could
What's
be
up,
like,
man?
I identify as Ken, though. Oh. I'm
Yeah.
good. Hey. Cool. Hi. Everything's cool.
Good week.
As cool as cool can be. Try to get spooky with it, but that's all I came up with. That droid over there. That's all I got.
It's not throwing.
That's all I
I'm
got.
not throwing you off, am I?
I can't stop
Well,
staring
I'm
at
trying to
that air,
digest it
dude.
because your screen was blank the whole time, and you just surprised us. I don't know if anyone knows, or they're not gonna know. I don't know how they would know, but
They gotta watch the YouTube.
You were blank the whole time. Oh well, okay.
Please
Oh, is
watch
YouTube
this
on? It
YouTube.
is on.
The
Please.
YouTube's fine, yeah.
Watch
All right, cool.
the YouTube.
Next up,
Nice.
this is my partner, Chocolate Einstein, but you can call him Raimi Shanaday.
Chocolate Einstein.
Hi.
What's up, man? How are you?
Hello. I we kept pointing out to you that we could not see you, and you kept just sort of brushing it off, and
Yeah.
then when the Halloween
Jerk.
music started, I remembered, and it clicked. I'm like,
You guys
oh,
I told you
he's-
guys we were wearing costumes tonight,
he's
and I'm the
doing
only
a-
one at this party with a
I've
costume.
got, so I've got a Halloween themed shirt on. It's Darth Vader as
Oh yeah, that's
It's
really
Jack
cool,
from-
guys. Yeah, cool costumes.
so I at least wore Halloween something or other.
I'm from a 1980 soccer team, so
There you go. Yeah, John's a soccer player.
I got
I'm
nothing.
I'm literally the only guy at this party with a costume on.
But Joe's got a t-shirt that is what, Tech Pineapple?
let him get into it. Hold on.
Give
right.
Joe like a couple minutes. How
You ready?
was your week, man?
Oh.
Me?
Raimi.
Good. I forgot who we were talking to. My week's been good. Busy. This past weekend was like the first weekend I've had in a long time where I didn't have like stuff that I had to do for sure. So, went out to our place Tonga Hut on what was it, Sunday night?
Oh yeah, very cool for Mando night, right?
Saw some of the Mando folks. It was good to see everybody. So
Cool. Did you dress up or?
I did not. And then I was kicking myself because even though I didn't dress up, I still should have brought a helmet just to sit on the table because I felt left out. Everybody had their helmets sitting there all lined up, but that's okay. Next time.
Next.
Right on. Next up. Wait, what? Oh, it's Wednesday, so you know he's unmuted the chat. It's Joe Lara.
What do you mean,
Wow.
Steven? What do you mean?
Shots
Yeah.
fired, man.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like it'll go all day, and Joe hasn't even.
I'll make
I
a
love
joke
this
and then I
end.
leave.
I love how you
Yeah.
follow
He's
up.
just
Like
He's
you
doing
literally
too much
check
chili.
in. I can tell when it's
He's
like your
"Hey,
lunchtime.
yeah, he's like, here I am,
Yeah.
making chili. Bye, or whatever.
Dude, you know what's so funny that chili? Like, I had to go back and I remember listening to one of our earlier podcasts and I didn't even say chili. It was Brian that said, "Well, I like chili," because I had said something. He
It
said
wasn't
chili,
even
and
you.
somehow chili landed with me. So, it's like,
You're the chili guy, dude. That's it.
Yeah.
I do like me some chili though. But
Oh,
yeah, so-
Chili in
Aw,
bed, baby.
Thanks for putting a costume on, Joe. You're
Oh,
got my hair long. Dude.
Wow.
this. I don't know how people wear wigs like for real because this thing is hot.
That's not a wig, bro. You just
I'm
grew
sweat-
that out.
Yeah, you just got
Yeah.
the natural locks.
You got
My mom was like, "Oh, you look good with blonde hair."
you're like, okay, I think I'll grow it
sexy
out.
boy.
I'm not
And
Oh man, everybody had a good week. Anybody
Yeah,
do
dude,
anything?
I married somebody on the weekend, Sunday.
Yeah.
What did Kim say about
Oh,
that?
it was already?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
get
it's
married. I married
Oh,
Oh,
a
good.
couple. Sorry.
That went down
Background.
and
Poor
up
grammar.
again real quick.
how'd it go, man?
It was good. It was a small wedding, which is amazing. My niece and my now what do you call the niece's husband? Is it
Nephew?
Nephew-in-law?
nephew-in-law? Is that a thing?
I think,
think you
by,
just-
I think by then you can kind of drop the in-law thing and just
Just say-
nephew.
Nephew.
Just
Nephew.
my niece's husband.
My
if
niece's
you want to
husband.
be like petty about
He's cool. Yeah, we like him. We all approve.
it. Yeah, then
So-
just say my nephew. Yeah.
my nephew. Yeah. Okay.
Homeboy.
So sweet. I have a nephew now because I never did before.
Shout out
yeah,
to the nephew.
It was great. Great
You
weekend.
could say it like Snoop Dogg. You'd be like, nephew.
Sup, nephew?
There you go.
Right?
Because I think Snoop Dogg calls everyone his nephew, even if they're not related.
Yeah, that's it's like,
Oh,
hey, homie.
That
Right?
works.
Oh man, I don't even know. I shouldn't. Never mind. Why would I do that? Okay.
Man. Anybody watch anything?
No
over the
time.
week?
Oh, you know what? We haven't spoken about it really, but I've been watching a show you recommended, Steven. What's it called? Is it called Gen V? Is that it? Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah. The one, the
Dude, the
boys
the
spinoff.
boys spin-off. It's so
Yeah.
good. It's
Told
like
you.
college kids that go to like
Mhm.
college for
they got
superheroes and
They got greenlit for season 2.
they're gonna go see and it's worth checking out. If anyone's listening to this and hasn't seen that, check it out if you're into the boys.
Is that
It's
going to
very
be
much
100?
the same.
Well, Brian won't watch that though, huh, Brian? So we can't do.
No.
Not with Levi and stuff.
It is,
no,
well,
probably.
for any of our listeners, it's just as gruesome as the boys.
It's very gross. The first 5 minutes is like, ugh,
over the
I
top.
instantly.
Did you watch, what was it, episode 4?
I've
When-
seen them all. Yeah.
When the blood girl did the thing to the guy? Right? Yeah.
So,
and
Amy,
this-
how you
like,
doing?
Like drugs
Fine.
them
I
with
haven't
touching them or
watched the
something.
show yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's a crazy show. It's what you would imagine a younger, I don't know, like college age superheroes doing. Like there's a lot of like sex and drugs and
College
and
life. But
explosions of body parts and things. Yeah.
For suits. I've been watching, actually, I binged and finished it in like 2 nights. The Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh,
Have you guys heard of this?
Usher the
I've
singer?
heard of it.
on Netflix. It's an adaptation. It's a miniseries adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher, but in like modern day.
Oh, like Romeo and Juliet with
Yeah,
with Leo DiCaprio.
dude, the writing is so freaking good in this show. Like you actually, I don't know if you knew it or not, but that clip that you sent about the lemons in our chat is from,
it
that,
from that?
show.
Oh, okay. I did not know
So-
that. No.
Like, dude, and Mark Hamill's in it, and it's funny because he tweeted out, like, he was like, thanks everyone for the encouragement on the thing I'm not going to talk about.
Oh, right. You
But
can't mention it.
He
But-
is like at first it kind of like it was weird because all I could see was Luke Skywalker.
Right.
But dude, Mark Hamill, he is truly an actor. Like, this guy brought so much to the character of He's called the Pim Reaper. It's so good. I highly recommend watching this show. It's like an episodic. Think of like Black Mirror or like Twilight Zone or whatever, right? So each episode is almost like a chapter from the book. And like you feel like the whole episode tension is just building and building and building. And then at the very end, right before they cut to the credits, it's like the most gruesome death or whatever happens to somebody on the show, like one of the characters of the show.
So it's a death.
Yeah.
You just ruined it.
I mean, it's Edgar Allan Poe, right? So it's like, but the
it's
way
hard to
they
take
do
seriously with the glasses. Sorry,
I'm blinking.
Is your hair getting stuck in your face there, Steven?
You can wear them.
It's been a while,
huh? But yeah, highly recommend watching the show, especially for like
I'll check that out.
The Halloween season. Definitely don't watch it with kids. I mean, it's Edgar Allan Poe, so yeah.
But adult style, yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing I saw, I don't know if anyone else wanted to talk about anything, but I watched the Beckham documentary on Netflix. David Beckham?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so good because I'm 38, so I grew up at the same time. So I'm 38, so I'm 2 years older than like a Messi, and I'm the same age as a Ronaldo now. So I didn't grow up watching them. I grew up watching guys like Beckham and people of that generation, Zidane, whatever. Yeah, there's plenty of guys. Roy Keane. There's a lot of players.
Beckham, Roy Kent. Yeah.
No, Roy Kent. Yeah, no. But anyway, the documentary is really cool because there's a lot of moments back then, and then it leads up to him buying the Miami team, Inter Miami, and getting Messi and stuff to play. And then there's a Messi documentary as well on Apple TV, and that kind of starts at the end of that documentary, which is kind of cool. But it's not. I don't think it's intended to, but it just makes sense. If you watch the Beckham one, it leads into the Messi one a little bit, so it's kind of cool.
like that wasn't planned.
Well, it's Netflix and Apple, so I don't know. They're different houses, right? Production houses. But I'm in the middle of the Messi one now. But the Beckham one was dope.
Is the Beckham one where they like follow him around with his wife, and like there's a lot of like home stuff in there?
It's less follow him. No. It's not like a Kardashian type thing. No. It's more like
I saw one where he would like. I saw a clip or something where he like totally shut his wife down.
Well, that scene is in because they do interviews.
Like getting dropped off at school or something. Her dad.
The one what? I'm sorry?
The one where she was like, oh yeah, I had a hard childhood because my dad used to have to drop me off at school. And then he was like interrupting her and like, no, tell them what he dropped you off in. She was like, yes, like, my dad owned a Bentley. Yeah.
Yeah. No. She's like, we were working class, and he was like, hold up. Like,
or no, she said Rolls Royce.
Yeah, it was a Rolls, yeah.
Yes, he dropped me off at school in a Rolls Royce, but we had it hard.
Yeah. She's like, we were working class. He drove a Rolls, yeah, whatever. But great documentary if anyone cares about that. Pretty cool.
Joe, did you go watch YouTube again?
I did not see it for the third week. No. I've just been super busy, man. Super busy. I haven't watched anything. No TV, nothing. Just constant moving. But you guys are you're building up my checklist of things to watch. So got my.
How are the boys?
They're good. They're grooving. Yeah.
Slapping the bass.
Yeah. So my son just put out a new tune on that's out and released called "So Relax." It's pretty cool. He plays the bass and mixed it, and then his buddy Eli wrote it and sings on it and plays guitar on it. So it's pretty cool to see them actually produce stuff.
Is that like on iTunes?
iTunes,
yeah. Where
Spotify,
can people check it out?
Yeah, where can people go see it?
Oh, they can hit the link down below.
Yeah, for real.
I'm just kidding. We don't have the link for that.
Yeah.
Not on live, right? Yeah. We can link it.
Drop the link into the channel on
into
Instagram.
some chat.
I'll find it.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, and then we got our little local fire team, TK fire team approved today.
Oh,
which is cool.
cool.
So
Oh, congrats.
we got
Congrats,
18 stormtroopers in San Diego in the Imperial Sands Garrison. So the
I like the logo, or the
Yeah.
the patch or whatever you showed me.
you know where I got the idea from? So it's TK's storming in, kind of like storming in through a door, but it came from that shot of Captain America, the first movie when him and what was
the howling. What is it?
Howling? Not
Oh yeah,
Maraud.
I know what you guys are saying.
Oh,
The Howlers or something.
Marauder. Shoot,
Howling
Howling
Marauders?
Marauders.
something like that. Shoot. Anyways, those guys.
Clone
Anyways,
Force 99.
when they stormed through the door in one of those scenes, that's where we
Howling
got-
Commandos. Thank
Howling
you, Karen.
Commandos.
That's it.
Damn, Kieran's
Yeah,
like
Howling Commandos. Yep.
our dad batchpedia. she's our dad.
And Steph dropped the link to Spotify to the song in the
Dang,
in the live
Steph.
chat already. Look at that.
Damn.
Let's go.
She's
As my boys would say.
Shout out to Steph. She got my Tup helmet that
Oh,
I painted.
nice.
She actually had gotten the 501st helmet, but someone else wanted all three because I had painted a set of three, and then I told her I'd paint her any one she wanted, and she picked up. But so shout out to her.
That's cool.
That's it. Sorry.
That's cool.
Raimi, how's the kitty? How's the loft cat?
She's here somewhere. I don't know.
It's just you just need to see come from the top.
He's just bouncing.
Pounces on bam like a John Cena. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know where she's at. She's around here somewhere. She'll show up eventually, I'm sure. She'll make an appearance.
So I saw that. Yeah, I went to the. I was at the grocery store and I saw this beef jerky, but it's not beef jerky. It's deer jerky. And when I was buying it, I was like, "Oh, I should buy this and then eat deer before Brian catches one."
Dang. Dang.
But then I
You
just realized
got deer before him.
I got deer before Brian did.
Yeah, Brian's not here tonight. For those that are wondering, he's on the
He's in a
jerky.
tree.
He's on a work thing,
He
yep.
probably, I don't know, right now he probably has a pair right in his face. A pair of bowls.
Deer?
No,
Oh.
he's doing jujitsu. He's probably rolling right now.
goodness.
Oh, he's getting cuddled right now. Yeah,
He's getting cuddled by another.
he's getting cuddled.
Another.
He's like, I can't see you guys. I gotta go hug some dudes. Like, all right, bro.
He's-
yeah, that's
he's
okay.
making
No
Go
that-
judgment.
hug some dudes.
He's
Could
making
have
that
hugged us for a minute, but
eye contact hard.
yeah, they're like,
He likes to roll. He likes to roll.
Well,
Likes to roll.
thank you
man.
again, everybody, for tuning in. If you'd like to rep your support for the show, pick up an exclusive Space Daddy shirt and some stickers at thedadbatch.com.
So it's time for the Dad Batch Podcast Holiday Special Chrome Tono Volume 2. When we made this announcement, October 10th was World Mental Health Day, and research shows that more than 50% of all lifetime mental disorders start by the age of 14. Children's mental health needs champions, so we are pleased to announce that our fundraising efforts throughout the holiday season will go directly towards the On Our Sleeves movement for children's mental health, a nonprofit organization committed to breaking stigmas and helping families talk about mental health with their children. On Our Sleeves provides free mental health resources for parents, teachers, and caregivers across the United States. Join the Dad Batch this year as we support On Our Sleeves. Once again, starting on November 1st and running through Christmas Eve, every dollar you donate here will be another chance to win. We have so many items lined up for this year's prizes. And yes, that's prizes with an S. This year we will have first, second, third place winners and a grand prize winner. All will be announced in a special release of the show on Christmas Eve. According to pre-pandemic numbers, 1 in 5 children is living with a mental illness. We can all feel that there is a youth mental health crisis, and we all know someone who has been impacted, but stigma remains. Children don't wear their thoughts on their sleeves, so we don't know what they're going through, and many of us didn't grow up talking about mental health. That's why On Our Sleeves was created. Please help us in supporting their important mission by donating. You can learn more about the On Our Sleeves movement for children's mental health by browsing at onoursleeves.org. on our sleeves is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and all donations are tax deductible.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
Raimi, you're muted.
Oh, well.
Rookie mistake. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I was at Tonga Hut on Sunday, and somebody that was there had one of the little Lola droids that, like, they're like $80 or whatever on Amazon, but like they're frequently on sale for 20 or even less. And it was pointed out that, like, it's not as animated if it's not on the stand, because the stand has this little socket that plugs into the bottom of it, and there's like a button inside the stand being plugged in activates, and like that's when
It makes the
little,
wings move.
the
and
little
stuff,
wings will
yeah.
pop up and everything like that. So I think at the time I joked, I'm like, oh, if only somebody could like reverse engineer that plug and model something that would fit in there. So I did just that actually, and I made these little plugs. So it's only got that piece
I need
across
one.
it. Yeah, I've got a bunch. It's only got that piece across it so that you can like grab it with a pair of pliers or something and pull it back out so you can get it out. But otherwise, when you plug this in, it fits in there perfectly, and it's hard to tell, but it's around the edge. There's like 4 little tabs, and that does 2 things. That locks it in place, but then that also like helps push the buttons that it needs to push. And so now she will all of the interactivity and the wings and everything, and she doesn't have to be on the stand at all.
Yay.
And so you can
Yeah,
see like that the little tab is just plugged straight into the bottom.
Nice.
I think it was like a safety measure because when it's animated, it'll move like left and right and like back and forth.
It
and
does.
fall out of your
and
hands,
you can
or-
see
it
that
could
socket.
totally fall out of your hands.
Yeah, that socket moves because she'll like tilt on the stand.
Right. She like kind of
And
like
that
on
socket
its axis.
articulates and it does this when she, and I also think like if you're carrying her around and she's doing this, like the odds of her breaking those wings off are a lot higher. So, but like I said in my post, we're all adults here, right? So, I printed out like I've got like 30 of these things. I printed a bunch of them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll have them with me as I'm out and about for any of the locals. But I also put the file up on my file share. So if anybody wants to download that and print it, it's a real quick print. It's like 6 minutes.
Can we include
do
one of
that too.
those in the Chrome Tono just for reasons?
Oh, look.
Ooh.
Yes.
Are we possibly adding something to the Chrome Town already?
Maybe.
Maybe, possibly.
Of course, I've got
The
tons
key.
of them.
The key.
So yeah, I literally like I set up a job and I printed like a whole. Oh, and there they go. I printed a whole stack of them. The other thing that I've got for Workbench, and this is going to be an experience for me too. So because I haven't opened this, so after we record next week, I'm getting up the next morning and getting on a plane and flying to Rhode Island, and I'll be at Rhode Island Comic Con with Sonfeld and friends for the weekend. And Sonfeld's got an Indiana Jones, and we joked at one point that I should be Henry Jones Sr., which is funny for many reasons. So I actually have the whole suit. I have all the pieces. They're here. It's ready to go. And one of the last pieces came, and it is the diary. And so it came wrapped up. It came wrapped up in parchment paper or like newspaper, with twine
You
on
should
it.
leave it.
And it's got
Leave
like
it.
little seals. I gotta open.
And leave it and get a second one.
I know.
So you can open that one.
No, because sure. Government spending 2 for twice the price. I'm not doing that. but it's got like fake stamps on the front and the postmark, and it's addressed to Indiana Jones at Barnett College, Hamilton Hall, and Grove Avenue, Fairfield, New York. So we're going to open this up and see what's inside. So I'm going to untie the twine.
It's gonna be something lame.
I hope not.
It's gonna be just a ball of paper.
Their
box.
Etsy listing is going to
Gotcha.
get a review.
Oh, what if that was the whole thing? It was like that was the listing.
No,
How it is.
I knew from the description. Okay, so
like
Just
if you
here's-
open it, there's nothing in there.
There's a
Okay.
brick
so
inside.
here's what's
there's
in there.
just foam.
So there's the book,
Dude.
leather bound,
Right.
and then there's all these extra pieces. And I think the idea is you put them. I've got to take these extra little leaflets and insert them into the book at random places, so that it just looks like I've just stuffed all kinds of
okay.
craziness into this book.
Dude, where are those like maps that we can actually go find treasure and stuff?
We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna open the book up first.
Scavenger
Oh, there's
hunt.
already
This is so
stuff.
cool. So
There's already stuff falling out.
while you're opening that, like I love when like the prop community builds this like ephemera from movies that's like it's not just a prop, but then like it's accurate, you know, like it's a book and then they decide to put things into it that
Like the
would be there.
packaging, Everything
Right.
is
Like, there's
exactly
a-
part
Okay,
of
so
it.
all of
Yeah.
these things fell out of the first page of the book. So there's like a ticket, there's like a $1 bill,
money.
there's like all like stamps and all of these
Dude, that's
extra little things, and they're
awesome.
all like in the right color and printed on different kinds of
Wow.
paper.
It's
Dude,
all
they
the
went
That just
props
fell
that
out
go
of the
with
front
it,
of the
right?
book. So in the book, it all looks like it's all handwritten. Oh my gosh, look at all this.
Dude,
Wow.
That's rad.
dang.
Some of it's written sideways.
It's like his diary,
Yeah.
but for real,
That
for
could not,
realsies.
that could not have been inexpensive.
This is rad. Okay,
No,
wait.
that-
All right,
that
so let's
wasn't
look
free.
at some of these little things. So here's a map or something that was in. This thing is not small. Okay, so it's a map. I don't even know what it is because I'm showing you guys. Basically, all of Europe and Asia.
You need to like draw the little red dotted lines on there
Damn.
With the little
family
pictures of
circus.
airplane flying.
with a little plane. Yeah.
Okay, so there's one thing specific that I'm looking for here. It better be here. I'm hoping. Oh my gosh! Like all of this stuff. There's like
Name the
What
dog
is this, like-
Indiana.
there's like a list of like
Kashmir
all of the train stations that the train stops at. Newspaper clippings.
Your mother's a
There's
whore, Trebek.
On the
There's sheet music. There's sheet music for something in here. What is this?
on the RPF right now, there's a an interest, not an interest thread, but there's like a build thread going on for Magnoli costumers.
Yeah.
Magnia,
Ma-
Magnami.
Did you
I'm
just
sorry,
have a
what?
stroke? Did you have a stroke, John?
John,
Meg-
What was that? But they're doing a Tobin's Spirit Guide from Ghostbusters, and it's like 500 pages, but they're like doing every single page custom.
Tell everybody. So that's the way this is. I'll have to look. I think I read that it does repeat at some point in here. Well,
You would have to, because like doing a whole book it's like writing a book.
It's like writing a whole book.
it's so deep.
I don't know. I'm not.
It's like writing a whole book.
I'm thinking this is not repeating. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look through this. What I was looking for was the rubbing that he makes off of the casket, like
He
the
uses a page.
Oh, that
That's
night.
The tombstone, or
off
not the tombstone,
or whatever. I was looking for that
stone. Yeah.
So, but what I do have is I have a thing that I can print, and you literally print it, and then you lay paper over it and do the rubbing yourself, and it puts.
Well, no,
It creates that. So
You're going to New York, right? With Sonfield,
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
but just go visit the Regal Robot booth and go see our buddy Tom, because he's got the prop replica, the casting
that one.
of the movie. Just rub that one
Yeah, but I'd like to have this before I
and
go.
then do it in costume. You can
What is this?
rub one as
He's gonna rub one out.
Henry Jones Senior.
At the booth? That's wild.
That'd be inappropriate.
That's crazy.
in public even.
In New York?
I've got like this is like a stock certificate for something.
That's one free rub.
And look at how
Oh.
like you can even see like the
At the-
watermark in the paper.
Damon.
It says common. It's like common stock.
Oh, okay.
This is wild. So, anyways, this thing's cool. So I got this off of a seller on Etsy. I actually should have done some homework and figured out, like, had it in my notes who that was, so that I could. Someone else go, and I'll look it up and come back to me in a minute, and I'll have that listing for you.
I just want to know how Steven grew his hair for the workbench. Like, did you just like push really hard, push one out really hard, and
Just
out
yeah.
some...
I held in my sneeze. It was like, and then, oh, it's like John with his beard, but with blonde hair.
Yeah, I had to shave.
So I'm working on. So I redid the Paz. Actually, I did a lot this week because I did maintenance on my printers, and I have a large format printer, the CR10 Max, which came out like 4 years ago.
Is that the one you're printing the Juggernaut on?
And the build plate on the CR10 Max has a 450 by 450 printable build area. Wow. But the physical plate itself is 470 by 470. So I hacked with Tiny Machine's help. We wrote new code for the machine
to go that extra
to take advantage of the complete 470. So you can print a full size astromech dome, like an R2 dome. You can print it one piece.
A Juggernaut dome?
And then so what I did was, now that the build plate is technically bigger, I threw my Paz Vizsla chest plate on there now, and it fits in one piece.
the whole plate.
So
Dope.
that was the first piece that I printed like a month ago, but I had to cut it like down the center.
To make it-
So
to
now
make
now I'm reprinting it just in one piece. And what normally would have taken 196 hours or something crazy, thanks to Raimi with his tip of putting on a
0.8?
bigger nozzle,
Yeah. Cut it in half.
my printer now has big nozzle energy. And
Big nozzle energy.
50 hours? What is it, like 70 hours? Or-
well, I was able to take advantage of the lowered print time because it's laying down more plastic. I was able to take advantage of that and increase the resolution. The layer height is now .16. So it's like, it's buttery smooth.
Ooh.
But it's still only going to take 72 hours to print.
Yeah. So you can go crazy and cut your print time way down, like between a quarter and a third of the original time, if you both decrease the walls, which you can do because it's a wider nozzle, and also increase the layer height. So if you want to like really rip through something fast, you can do that. But you don't have to. You could still print at like 0.1 or something crazy.
Yeah.
And keep it nice and tight and get the sort of the horizontal size benefit. So like you're still only doing like 2 walls, which is the equivalent
Resolution
of
will
like
be
4
better.
on another nozzle. But still keep the layer height super low. And so then there's no extra. It's the same
Or
amount of
just-
sanding you would have had for a 0.4 nozzle, but in half the time.
And just print with no infill like Brian, and you'll be done in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
Just hollow.
No infill, dude.
but it's hollow. But like if you think about it, most of these things that we
Straight
print,
up.
like a helmet or something, the thickness of the wall is like 3 millimeters, anyways. So with a 0.8 and 4 perimeters, you can have zero infill and it will still be completely solid.
Yeah.
Maybe.
When I print with the standard 0.4 nozzle, I'll do 4 walls because I like it like
Right.
really sturdy. That way when you're sanding it, you don't just blow through it.
You don't
so
blast through it.
So 4 walls on a 0.4, I can do only 2 walls now on a 0.8, and it's the exact same
Yeah, it
thickness
should be
of
the same.
plastic.
Yeah, should be the same.
Nice.
So that's that.
Nice.
I've been working on that. And I did want to show this. I have been waiting since 2019. I've been waiting on this, and it finally came in. This is my Max Factory proton pack shell. Now, I already have a custom proton pack that I've built in the past made out of fiberglass. The one that I built is just a fan casted piece. The reason that I've waited 4 years for this
This
is
one's
because
licensed.
this is not only is it officially licensed by Sony, this is casted directly from the mold of Egon Spengler's pack.
It has
in the movie.
lineage, right?
It's got every single dip,
Literal lineage.
it's got every single scratch on the hero pack. It's like
Damn.
it's expensive.
That's dope.
and I took 4 years to get it, but it's here and it's beautiful, and it's fiberglass, and they even glossed over the fiberglass on the inside.
Nice.
So it's smooth and glossy.
So
all
are you
the
going to build a
holes-
whole new pack now
Oh yeah.
with that? Nice.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Are you
it's
doing-
like one of those. It's like one of those. The Max Factory program. It's like one of those things where like you pay for a piece of the pack as it comes up, and then over a certain amount of time, a certain period, then you eventually end up with like a full
Another
pack. Yeah.
Like every couple months you get a piece or something.
Right. So, yeah,
Oh, wow.
I have, this is called the Legacy Pack, and every piece on this was casted from the Egon pack in the
Is it the
84
80
movie.
Okay, you answered my question.
Yeah.
It's the 84 Egon pack, not the Spengler pack from the recent film.
But yeah, that's it for me. What do you guys got going on?
Ooh. Well, I'll go quickly. I don't have too much going on. Did I make anything? No, haven't made much. I got these cool screens that we were
Those are cool.
sort of talking about before. What was it called, Raimi?
Lenticular.
It's a lenticular lens, I guess. Lenticular something. And those are from Marcus
Be
von
careful with your lenticulars.
Renthfink. What's that? Careful with what?
With your lenticles.
With your lenticles? They're fine.
Can you
They're
scratch
lenticular.
it? Can you scratch them?
Oh, it makes that
Your-
scratchy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. That's
That's
how you
when-
DJ'd when you were in
That's
elementary
how you
school.
know
in
it's
the 80s.
legitimately lenticular, right?
Lenticular ASMR.
Right.
In the 80s, that's when you were a DJ.
Remember the rulers? The Trapper Keeper, like the rulers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All of that. But yeah, anyway. That's pretty much it. That's all I got. Yeah. Oh. No. I chromed a couple helmets recently, but that's it.
Which
there's
ones were
not
those?
much.
You chromed.
That's just a
one
normal
was-
day of the week for you.
I'm painting a Buckeye helmet, one of the Red Mando helmets from season 3, for Daniel Romero, who is the actor who portrayed that character. I'm making him one because I had him sign mine. I made one for myself and had him sign it, and he's like, "Oh, dope!" He was
That was at
stoked on it.
Comic-Con,
So I was-
right?
Yeah. Were you there? Were you
No,
with me?
but I saw him the day before you showed up, and
Raimi
you
was
told
with
me,
me.
"Hey, that guy." Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody was with you.
So he's super cool. But anyway,
Yeah.
I promised him I would make him a helmet, and he told me then his next con is LA Comic Con. So I'm like, all right, I'll have it done by LA Comic Con. So I'm like, oh
Dude,
damn, I gotta
have
make
you
this
guys
thing.
have you guys seen the lineup for LA Comic Con? It just
It
keeps
is
building
stacked.
and building. I think now they have like the whole Harry Potter cast. They've got basically the whole crew for Ahsoka. Now they've got Harry Potter there too. I think Doctor Who's going to be there, like the whole cast. And they're not just getting. That's the cool thing is like
Doctor
I don't
Who?
know what company is running LA Comic Con. It's not Reed Pop and it's not the San Diego people, but whatever booker that they have, I like that they're getting like entire like
Like the
series,
full lineup?
the full cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna pay to go to a con, and I'm gonna pay for a hotel, and I'm gonna pay
Knock
for
it all
autographs,
out.
and all,
Right.
I want to just do the whole. I want to get them all there, and then imagine like getting like something signed like a poster or a prop or a helmet or something. But now instead of just one person, you could literally just go down the line and
Mm-hmm.
Right, just get the same thing, like a helmet or something signed by
Yeah.
everyone. Boom. Sick.
I wonder when is it? It's like in December, right? Before
December,
Christmas.
first weekend of December, yeah. It's
I wonder
first,
if we
second, and
could-
third, I think.
Wonder if we could get something with like everybody's signature and add it to the Chrome Tono. We'll work on that. I'll look into that. Look into that.
We're gonna be there, right?
Speaking of LA Comic Con, do you want to skip the schedule, Steven?
No.
Okay.
Joe's next. Joe's next.
I built nothing. I'm done.
Nice.
I'm too busy, dude. Too busy.
You
Hey,
built
Raimi.
a matrimony.
Wait, hang on real quick before you do that.
Oh.
I got one. So here's for anybody watching the YouTube. So the Grail Diary, here's the listing on Etsy. So
$34, dude.
Bell Fleurs,
It's not
BELLEFLEURS 7 on Etsy. It's usually $49. It's on sale right now for $34.30.
How is
Look at
that cheap?
What?
I know. This thing's legit too. So I'm very happy with this thing. So
Dude,
So
the
that's how it has
Ghostbusters
to
one
look,
is like
right?
$500.
yeah.
Wow.
Maybe
And
you
this
should
one
talk to
looks
this person and
legit.
ask them to get in on that and do it for less. So
I want.
that's it.
You know what?
Legit.
You know what, Harry? You know what Indiana Jones prop I really want is the fertility idol, the gold one.
Oh yeah.
That's the one I want.
The one
But I
with
want-
this little thing out.
What?
What?
What? But I want Chrome and Go to like chrome it in gold, so it's like
Ooh, I
it's
have
like
a
legit.
bunch of different golds from Imperial Surface. Sorry.
Okay,
I have a bunch. I have like 5 different varieties.
I'll resin print that and then I'll get it in the. Can I get it in the queue?
Throw it in the queue, baby.
Cool.
Throw it in the queue. You guys
Dude,
can come over. We can all paint it.
$34 for that book is like.
Dude, I'm buying one right now.
I don't know how they're doing it for 34. There's
You're
30,
like, I'm
there's
buying
more
one.
than $34
I'm
worth of
swear to
just
God, I'm buying
printing
it
on this
right
thing.
now.
For real. This thing's
I'm
rad.
buying it.
Wait.
on sale.
Don't buy it yet. I need to buy
I'm buying
mine
it.
too.
No,
I think there's only one left.
I'm getting it. I'm getting
I'm
it.
sure there will be
getting it.
more if they sell out. So.
No, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. No.
Get it quick.
I need the link. Where'd the link go?
One left. 0 left. Oh no. Oh no,
Need the
no
link.
left.
No,
0 left.
did
there's
2
did
left.
Steph add the link to this?
Oh,
No?
Joe got it.
Just
See ya,
look it up by
sucker.
the name.
I got the last
Look it
one,
up.
yo.
Did you?
Steven,
Joe got
I'll let
it.
you borrow it, Steven.
Damn, he said
just-
you can look at it.
Where did it say there was only one?
No, there isn't. There's more.
He said you could look at it from a distance.
There's more. I had to have one, dude. That thing looks so
Dude,
cool.
there's only 0 left. Dude. Come on.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Bellfleurs.
I hate your sales tactics, John. Hey, what clone helmets are you painting next? What's the next,
you know
what's
what?
the next trio?
Well, is this Workbench? Oh, it is Workbench. Damn. Well, okay. So we spoke about it in the chat a little bit. So I've been trying to think. I can do clones, I may do another set of 3 clones. But what I think I'm going to do now is I have the mold for the Red Mando from The Mandalorian. Why not do a run of those? And I had in mind to do busts of that character, but those are not very in demand at the moment. I think it'd be harder to sell those, I think, than it would be to sell the individual helmets. So I'm going to do that. And I guess I could do it simultaneously. I need to buy more resin. It's a lot of resin to do that many helmets. But I'll do so. To answer your question, I might do a new battalion. I might do the 212th.
Yellow boys.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do Waxer and Boyle?
Well, I was thinking Waxer, Boyle, and a Grunt.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yellow squad. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Joe,
But,
you have a
I also
Waxer,
wanna
right?
recommend this.
Yeah, I got a waxer and a boil.
He has both.
Oh, you have both?
Yeah. He did the boil. For those that don't know, I am the CRL model for Phase 2 boil in the animated configuration. Yes.
Okay, which is the one that has Numa on it?
The one that has Numa is
Waxer.
Waxer.
That's the cooler one.
And he's got a
Oh,
little droid
dude,
in
there's
the
a
back.
droid on
Battle
the
droid.
back? That's cool.
Yeah. That's Waxer. And then Boyle has it's like a Mandalorian dart or something,
Cool.
right? And the triangle.
I mean, I like your bust more than the helmet. That's why I ordered one.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think anyone's going to spend the type of money a bust would run. Because the bust is essentially, it's not just the helmet, it's also essentially the upper half of the armor to the bicep.
That's a display
You know?
piece, man. When we
It's
were at
dope.
the when we were at
It
the
is
heroes
dope.
when we were at the heroes and villains pop up, and they had the Mandalorian bust there. I mean, it's nothing that I haven't seen before, but I was just like gravitated to it.
I'm not
you know,
saying
like,
it's not dope. It is dope. And I'm not saying it in it because I was thinking like, man, I could do like a completely wearable version where you can literally take all the stuff off, even the flight, like it could be the top half of a flight suit, just fold it in nicely so it doesn't, it doesn't fall down. So it displays a certain way. All the armor is wearable. It's just Velcroed on or something. The helmet's wearable, whatever. Which is simple. It's easy because it's
so you're
just armor
essentially
on
you're
a
essentially
mannequin.
buying like half a costume at that point.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think people are going to want to spend that type of money as opposed to just getting a helmet.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
just a
big
lot
piece.
of work.
It's a big
yeah,
piece. You gotta have room.
Unless someone commits to it, unless they're like, "Yo, here is a deposit. I want it." I'm like, "All right, cool." Then I'd be down for as many as people would commit to.
I
But
tell you what,
otherwise,
man, like something, John. Like, I mean, it is a big piece, and you wonder, like, would anybody buy it? But there's a lot of my coworkers, like, they're my age, dude. We're in our like 40s and 50s, and we love Star Wars, and those people
some people
the
have that
cash.
FU money. Yeah.
They
Well,
have that
it's
cash.
not not about that. It's not
They
so
don't
much
collect,
about that.
They would buy
It's-
that one
yeah,
thing because they love it.
It's they're only allowed to, like, for some people out there, their domestic partner will only allow like
that too.
one
Right.
area.
That's
and,
what I
Imagine
mean.
that.
you know,
Yeah.
They're not in the
Bringing
community.
home
They're
half a
they're so-
costume of a character. Right.
but they're
Right.
huge fans of it, and they're just not. They're on the outskirts of the community. They probably would love to be in the
Yeah.
community. That's just
Yeah.
they just have different things, but they love Star Wars.
They
And
don't
not
get
only
to
that, so
they don't get to display 16 helmets in the back. They get to just display one.
Well-
Yep, and it
well,
needs to be good. Therefore, John
Bust.
Rodriguez.
no, well, no.
Bust.
But so in terms of the bust, I would be down to do a custom Mando bust because I can source the armor, I can make some of it, and I can source the rest of it, and then the soft parts we would have to source that as well. But you could make any custom Mando bust if someone would just be like, "Yo, let's go for it." Which
Tyler
is
put-
the hardest part. Yeah.
Time for a new.
Because I don't want to
spouse, man.
gamble, huh? What's that?
Tyler in the YouTube chat said, "Time for a new spouse." Then, LOL. Dang.
Oh damn! Yeah.
I will trade you a Henry Jones diary for a bust.
Oh,
got, like-
was it $35?
Well, I mean, it's not about the money. It's about the
Look at all
value.
this extra stuff that
the
it comes
content.
with.
It's pretty cool, but I haven't seen that movie, so not really.
What? You haven't
Can
seen
you say
Indiana
that?
Jones?
I actually knew this, but can you say that again for the audience, John?
I know we've known this, but John,
I'm not
dude,
gonna repeat myself.
careful.
You're gonna have
Yeah,
to
listeners.
rewind it back 10 seconds when you're listening.
dude. Yeah.
Star
hey,
Wars.
hey, Raimi.
Hey, Steven.
So disappointing.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay, we talked last week, I think it was last week, about some news that came out of the New York Comic-Con Lucasfilm Publishing panel. But there was one book mentioned in that panel that slipped past our original review. But thanks to our official live stream chat moderator, Stephanie, we have another book on the list worth mentioning. So, Star Wars Dad Jokes is a book officially licensed from Lucasfilm that is coming out. It's called Star Wars Dad Jokes, the best, worst jokes and puns from a galaxy far, far away. So written by Kelly Knox and illustrated by Johnny Sampson. So the synopsis reads, a Jedi Master fights with a lightsaber,
Yeah.
but a Jedi Father wields the most powerful weapon of all, comedy. Fight the Sith with the knee-slapping, groan-inducing power of these Star Wars-inspired dad jokes, or join the dark side and terrorize your family and friends with an army of bad puns. The perfect balance of hokey and wholesome, Star Wars dad jokes is sure to slip through any defenses and have even the most serious of Padawans rolling their eyes. So that's going to hit bookstores on April 2nd of next year.
Our chat last week had people commenting about that book as we were like progressing through the news, and they're like, "I'm sure they're going to talk about it any minute now," and we kind of just bulldoze through it. So
yeah,
I'm glad you were able to mention it this week.
Is that book by us?
Should have been.
Probably not.
We
although we might have to reach out to this Kelly Knox and see if we can get her on the show.
Oh, Kelly Knox. I know her. She interviewed me for StarWars.com like a couple years ago.
Well,
when she did a Hunter expose or like a cosplay thing, and I was Hunter. It's on my Twitter.
But think about it.
You've got one job. Did you know, John?
It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's Disney Star Wars. So that book probably has like safe jokes in there. So we need to write.
Assume.
We would have to write like the
Parental
other version.
Discretion. For parents. Jokes by parents for parents.
The Sith edition.
Not for your children.
the dark side edition.
Master edition.
Okay. According to the Hollywood Reporter, a 20-inch model of the Red Leader X-Wing fighter sold at Heritage Auction for a cool $3.1 million, setting the record for the most expensive Star Wars screen-used prop ever sold at an auction. So this thing was built by Industrial Light and Magic for Episode 4, A New Hope, and it's essentially like the Red One X-Wing. It was one of just 4 Hero filming miniatures that had articulating servo-controlled wings, so this one did like move and had lights. The Hero models were built for close-ups and used in the final battle, including the trench run. So a quote here says, "This model has not been displayed or modified since it left ILM." VFX historian Gene Kozicki told The Hollywood Reporter in a recent interview, "For those of us that grew up in the 70s or 80s and those of us that work in VFX, this model is as significant a find as the Ruby Red Slippers or the Maltese Falcon." He noted that there were stories of Hero models that were unaccounted for when ILM moved north to the San Francisco area from San Fernando Valley in '78. So we never could confirm anything, said Kozicki, one of the handful of VFX vets who recently found the model while helping somebody's family catalog their collection. It became something of a mythical white whale, the missing Star Wars X-Wing. So $3.1 million for this thing. That's crazy.
Worth it.
I read that they were expecting to get like 400,000 at auction.
Yeah, I think they did.
They're like,
I think they did a little bit better than that. But yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, due to the ongoing SAG strike, Amon Esfandi wasn't able to do as much PR for his appearances as Ezra Bridger in Ahsoka, but the official Star Wars social media accounts had previously recorded some material with him, and they published some of it this week. So in that, he says, "I take Ezra Bridger as a real person. He's so smart and so gifted. He's grown into himself a lot more. He's become a much stronger Jedi, and even more so, he's become more of a family member amongst his team and crew of rebels. Because also I already felt so connected to Ezra and felt like he was there whenever I needed him. I just felt that inspiration." But yeah, Ezra, young kid with a lot of heart. So in that, there was also some additional Filoni interview footage that was released in the same campaign this week. And he had this to say about being able to add a little bit of himself to Star Wars. "We all bring a little bit to Star Wars of what we like and what we hope it fits into the galaxy. George Lucas created this galaxy. He created these dynamics, Jedi, Sith, all these things I play with, and I've been fortunate that he taught me a lot of things. I'm always doing my best to follow what he taught me, and my nature comes into it. So you get space whales and wolves, That's all part of it." So Those can be seen on the Star Wars social media accounts. Did your hoodie change color, Steven, or is it just the lighting different now?
He took off his wig.
His hair changed color.
I literally think that your wig was
headband.
so bright that it was washing out your stream because I did not realize that hoodie was rainbow until just now.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's no longer Ken enough.
I'm Knuff.
He's rainbow enough.
He's Dev enough.
So director Sean Levy is doing a press tour for his upcoming Netflix series, All the Light We Cannot See. So he did an interview with Variety, and in it he mentioned his first meeting with LFL President Kathleen Kennedy. He said, now, I think this is all about a film that hasn't even officially been confirmed, right? We know of 3 films that are coming. They announced them at Celebration. I don't know that this one's ever been officially spoken about by Lucasfilm that I remember. But he said, when Kathy Kennedy brought me on board to make a Star Wars movie, her central mandate to me was, I want a Sean Levy movie. I want a story and a tone that reflects you and your taste and what you bring to your movies with a Star Wars story. So I felt extremely empowered. We are in early days, unfortunately, because the development process was abruptly paused due to the strike, but I feel very empowered to trust my instincts in the development of this story and movie. The experience that I'm currently having with Marvel and on Deadpool is showing me firsthand that it is indeed really possible to feel empowered and personal about making a movie within a universe that is bigger than any one film. My Deadpool movie is turning out to be exactly what Ryan Reynolds and I had hoped when we started off. So I'm going into the development of my Star Wars movie with similar optimism and faith that my instincts will be allowed to lead the way. So Variety asked one other question. So I guess he's buddies with Adam Driver in real life. So they asked sort of a tongue-in-cheek question about that, saying if he's actually planning on doing a prequel film to The Force Awakens focused on Driver's Kylo Ren. And Levy had this to say in response. He said, "Your words, not mine. As you know, Adam is a buddy, and I've always been a huge fan of Kylo Ren, but no comment." So that would be interesting. It's too bad Brian's not here because he's always saying we need more sequel era
He's
content.
down with sequel, yeah.
I don't
Down
care
for a prequel.
I don't
Kylo?
care what
Yeah.
I don't care what timeline he makes the
That's
movie
right.
from. I'm just a huge Sean Levy fan. Like, did you guys watch the Adam Project on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
Dude, you guys have to watch it. It's like it almost feels like one of those like 90s movies. What was the director that did Home Alone and Ferris Bueller and all those?
Dude, you're killing me. John
Come on,
Hughes?
Raimi. Thank you.
Jeez.
It feels like a John Hughes movie, but with like time travel and modern like movie making techniques and stuff.
Yeah, I did watch that. It was good. Yeah,
It's good. And it's starring Ryan Reynolds and that kid. And then they're saying that
The
kid
kid was great.
Yeah. They're saying that the kid is so much like Ryan Reynolds that he's going to be Kid Deadpool and then in the Deadpool 3. But yeah, he's a director that can definitely bring good things to the franchise.
So, and that is it for the news.
Why did you make me do this?
Guess you have a choice. You want a war? Or do you want to just give me a gun?
My father, he go toilet on my hands.
Oh my God.
Urine is
Oh my
35 degrees Celsius, staves off the frostbite.
How is this relevant?
You know, fathers.
That's right, everybody. Another week and another episode of Hunter's Hard Drive. We're going to be talking about Loki season 2 because that's what's happening right now. And we missed the second episode last week, right? Because we didn't talk about it, right? Okay. Yeah. Right? What?
We didn't want to put
no?
Judah.
Yeah.
We didn't want to put
Yeah, because
Judah
we had a
through
guest on and we didn't want to put him through that. but we're going to put all of you guys through it.
We didn't want to subject him to that.
We don't want him to sit through that.
We
But you guys can
didn't, we
sit through
didn't want to put him through our show.
it. Right. Well, yeah, we gave him a break. Anyway, so season 2, episode 2, called Breaking Bad, with a runtime of 52 minutes, directed by Dan Deliu, which had a directorial debut. He was the AD for Avengers Endgame, Eternals, and Ant-Man Quantumania. Music by Eric Martin. Written by Eric Martin. Music by Natalie Holt. And with the TVA on the verge of a temporal meltdown, Loki and Mobius will stop at nothing to find Sylvie. For me, I feel like the season is going a little bit all over the place, and I haven't had the not time, but I haven't had like the mental concentration to sit down and really absorb it correctly. Because I've watched it all. I watched this one and the latest one, and it's been hard. And I've been a bit distracted because I either have to pause it and go do something or come back or whatever. And there is a lot of back and forth and a bit of time travel and stuff. So have you guys been able to keep up and enjoy it? Because I'm not enjoying it, but I'm not absolutely loving it like I thought I might, because I did love season 1. So anyone, go ahead. Raimi?
You do have to concentrate. You can't like have this on in the background and be doing something else and expect to get anything out of it, because it is complicated.
Right.
I in episode 1 I loved Obi's the Obi character.
Right.
I wish he had been in these 2 a little more. So we see what Renslayer is her name, right? She's going back in time and finding one of He Who Shall Remain's variants.
Well,
right?
that's for episode 3. We're talking about episode 2 right now.
I know. I'm going to be bad about like trying to break down the difference, because I watched them back to back. So to me, it was just one big thing. But
well, right now they're trying to like stop that temporal loom from.
No, I thought
because all the timelines are being erased.
Isn't it episode 2 where they go like hunting for the
Brad? It's Breaking Brad, the guy that became an actor.
Oh, Breaking Brad, not
they're trying
Brad.
They're trying to find that.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, they go back. And
That's what they find.
All those timelines are being destroyed, right?
Right.
And they're trying to figure out how do we stop that from happening, because those are lives that are being lost.
Those are people, variants, right?
How cool was it to see the 1980 whatever McDonald's? Like, oh man,
when they find Sylvie at the end, and she's like, I
wanted to walk in there. I wanted to walk in there and just like, I don't know.
And what? Smoke a cigarette?
No, go on
the smoking side.
I want to.
You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
I want to jump in the ball pit. I want to jump in the ball pit.
Oh,
there was no ball pit, dude.
That was later.
There was the outdoor grimace and Hamburglar,
play
but
place,
it was all made out of metal.
Yeah, dude.
It was all
It
made
was
out
a
of metal.
cage. You
And
could
it
go
was
inside it. It was
sizzling hot in the summer. You get burned, and that's where we
It was
became
like hard
men.
plastic, and you would fall
Men
off
and
and
women.
hurt yourself.
Oh yeah, just get back up and keep going.
Yeah, the ball pits were later.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so this episode. All right.
I like that
whatever.
we got to see Loki using some of his powers to like catch.
Yes.
Because
When he
like
caught Brad.
so much of the show is just Loki being like a normal guy, and you almost forget that he's actually got these abilities that no one else has. So it's nice to see him use them once in a while. So
Dude,
he
the
does.
shadows on the wall were sick.
Yeah,
when they
the
were
shadows
great.
had the big horns.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And even Mobius didn't realize like which one was the right one, because he was talking to one of the copies, and then when Loki turns it all off, he's actually like standing off to the side, like, oh, I'm way over here.
Right. Yeah.
Now I don't. What was interesting was when they were trying to. It was torture tactics, right? Brad, when they caught him, and they're trying to pull information out of him, and he's just being a complete dick, like just complete a-hole. I'm doing everything but cuss right now. But he's so. God, I just want to punch him in the face, but
He was
he
a
can't,
jerk.
right?
Yeah, he was being a huge jerk.
So instead, they're going to use that machine. And what was that machine supposed to do? It kept shrinking the box. Right?
I think
They put him in a box.
I think it was gonna crush him. Like
That was the whole point. Yeah,
was
he was
that
just going to crush him out of
because
existence.
if you look where he was like sitting when they entered the room, and he was like sitting on a stool. his platform that he was on was like a grate, like a metal grate.
So that thing got crushed. I might have missed it. It got crushed.
So if that thing crushes, if they use
Okay.
that thing to crush whoever's in it, then they just like drip down the grates.
Into the
Okay,
grate,
so
right.
I didn't realize that. That's kind of cool. But I thought it like disappeared into another dimension or something like that. I didn't realize that stool or whatever was crushed. Now that's cool. Like you're gonna smash them and just
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it could go to another dimension, right?
Brad Jello. Anyways, he ended
Bragello.
up, what was interesting is that he got is it Mobius? He ended up like breaking Mobius a little bit
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
about
He got
his
them all to
past,
react.
getting
Yeah.
him to wonder what was your life like, you know, and then I heard somebody say that they think the young guy at the McDonald's work is him.
Oh.
It's I heard something.
It
I don't know.
could be, but
Wow.
like because they're doing it based off like Owen Wilson's accent, but then where he said that his character could have been
Is from.
from.
Right.
Yeah,
then-
and see if he because he's
With
from
the
Kansas,
lake.
right, or whatever, and this is like in the middle of nowhere. But if he dropped us a good like just wow, that would like
Wow.
immediately connect the
We
dots
would know.
to
Then we would know.
how would you like to order a McWow nuggets right now?
But
You
one
know,
of the
then we know.
things that I've learned watching Loki season 2, like going back and watching, because I couldn't remember last week's episode for tonight, so I had to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
You really have to pay attention when they go through the portal doors and they tell you like where and when they are. You have to pay attention. Does it say sacred timeline or branch timeline?
Right.
Right.
Because like that is what makes all the difference. So yeah, that could have been Mobius, like a younger version of Mobius, but in that branch timeline. So like a
Right.
version of him who will never be the TVA.
That
version.
branch was going to be dissolved, right? That was the
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Which
Cool.
I'll get
Well,
into it. Like I'll get into that more when we talk about episode 3 because I have theories. But
Yeah.
I
They
definitely.
All right,
ended
well,
up. I think at the end of that episode, they end up finding what's her face, who the mom
Dog.
is. It the mom? Is it the mom? Because they had a weird connection in that first episode. Mom of Brad, but she was the one that was sending out all those folks to blow up all those timelines. Remember, like take detonators.
yeah,
She was like
is it the
sending them out.
mom? Because they were like
Hmm.
they were acting really weird that first episode, right?
They just bumped heads, but the way they did it, I'm hoping it's mom and son. Because if it's mom and son, then it's okay. It's like, oh, okay. But if not, it's like,
Hey man, don't
Little
you
weird.
know?
if you like
don't
older
judge.
women, if you like, you know, sorry, experienced, not older. But anyways,
Yeah. Well, cool.
anywho, she was blowing up a bunch of timelines,
And it didn't even work. It didn't work.
She
It
was,
ended-
she
I
was.
mean,
No, it did. They got a lot. They killed.
Well, they
Well,
blew a bunch of them
now-
up, right?
now
But they
shouldn't-
stopped it in the middle somewhere.
Shouldn't that have
Right?
relieved stress on the loom?
it
like-
did.
It did.
Did it though?
It did. Supposedly
But
it
not
did.
Still trying to
all.
stop it from
Well,
getting all
it's-
messed up.
Can we talk about episode 3 yet? John?
Sure, why not?
Well, let's move on. Okay, so thank you guys for that. Season 2, episode 3, titled 1893, 56-minute runtime, directed by Kasra Farahani, written by Eric Martin, music by Natalie Holt. Loki and Mobius go on the hunt to find everyone's favorite cartoon clock as they try to save the TVA.
So when in the beginning of
on.
episode 3, when they're in front of the loom and it's like it's going like berserk again, OB says that while the branches were contained a little bit, they're branching even more now. It's like shattering even more. And so he's like, we're gonna die. And then Mobius
Right.
is like, well, you can
He
hack
freaked out.
it. He's like, I can hack it? I can do that? And he's like, well, no, I think you can, can't you?
He wrote the manual, so he should be able
Yeah.
to, right?
Right. Well, and they also go back in time as the synopsis implied, and they find what's his name? Timely. What's his first name?
Victor Timely?
Victor, is that it? Victor Timely?
Yeah.
And he's like already like he is the past version of Kang, but doesn't essentially realize it yet. that he
Okay.
has the power that he will have.
So this is what I wanted
eventually.
to talk about with the branched versus sacred, right?
Right.
What the heck did he who remains? I want to know, like, what did he do that he gave his like dying set of instructions to Renslayer and Miss Minutes to say, okay, if anything ever happens to me, go to this spot on in the timeline,
Find that guy
and find
right.
find this little kid and give him this book and all that, because that's the sacred timeline. So why is there another version of Kang at that moment? Like,
Well, because the other one died already, right?
the other one died, but
At the end of time, but doesn't he still exist in the past though?
But this is a different timeline,
but it's
right?
a different Kang. It's not He Who Remains. It's Victor Timely,
Right.
which is a completely different variant of Kang.
Right.
So how can you have multiple variants in the sacred timeline? That's what I want. Like,
because it's Kang. Because Kang travels through.
so
You can move from one timeline to the other, right? I mean,
yeah, Kang.
that's what they are in the
doing.
show.
So did
Right.
did He Who Remains kidnap like younger versions of himself from other timelines and then stash himself in sacred timeline?
To ensure that he survives
in time
or what?
somewhere? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
to ensure like if I go down, go pick up a different version of me at this.
There'll be a
point in
million of
time
me
or
in this
whatever.
timeline.
Because
Maybe.
in sacred timeline there is, was it Ramatut?
Right, but isn't Victor Timely the one that goes back and becomes all those people? Am I
Maybe
mistaken?
Victor Time is like the Jango Fett of Loki. Like he's a clone template.
No. I think he's the one that goes back and becomes. He goes to Egypt, conquers Egypt, and then doesn't he go into the future? Doesn't he become all the versions?
But you're talking comics.
Oh,
like-
okay, never mind.
They've already changed so
Well,
much.
they got to get it from somewhere. Yeah, but there's influence. Who knows?
I don't
But
know.
yeah,
I-
I'm
Yeah,
talking.
maybe
out
it'll be
my butt.
clarified next episode or following episodes.
Maybe. But
I do have kind of like, and I noticed it in episode 2 and I noticed it in episode 3. And I know I don't know if I mentioned it to just you guys in our chat or if I mentioned it when we were talking about the first episode, that the writers of the show were like so pleased with their work on Loki season 2 that it's the first Marvel project that had 0 reshoots.
I think you said that the first
Good for them.
episode.
I might have, yeah. So, but I don't like how, because of that, they're filling in so much of the stuff like in post-production, like through editing, voiceovers and all that stuff. Cause I think that's where I'm getting the disconnect on like trying to follow along. Cause there's like there's some moments in the show where they just
Does it
like
lose you?
where they just like the show just opens and all of a sudden they're somewhere and like they're like in the middle of a mission and I'm just like, wait, did I
Dude, it's kind of like Tarantino, right? Like you don't
Did I,
think
like-
they're
did
gonna
I
show
miss an episode?
Yeah,
they're gonna
that's why I'm
explain
like
more
it's
as you go with
so
the season.
quick.
Yeah.
And,
But
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
hoping, like that's my only critique and we're only like a few episodes in. I'm just hoping by the end of the season it makes sense. Kind of like how The Witcher, remember like you watch the first few episodes of Witcher and it's just like you have no idea what's going on. But by episode like 3 or 4, then you realize that everything was out of order what you were watching and then they put it into order for you.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
Tarantino.
Yeah. Because it's supposed to tie into Deadpool, and that's what I want to see.
Okay. Isn't that the Void and all that?
Yeah.
So are we going to see the Void in season 2? Is that what you think? Maybe.
I think they're
Because
keeping
Eliath
the
is gone.
Void- I think
apparently.
they're keeping the Void for Deadpool.
For Deadpool. Okay. Cool. Well, if that's all you guys have to say about that, we will end it there.
Cool. Thanks, John.
I think we're still keeping it on the hard drive, though, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna keep- I wanna
Loki's
keep
cool.
Chatting about it.
I'm down with Loki. We're all down with Loki.
I like Loki. I mean, I'm still confused.
You don't have to
half
email
the
it
time,
home like Remy.
but I like it.
Hiddleston is just like, you can tell that he's so comfortable with this version of the character now that, I mean, as soon as season 2 starts, he's just firing on all 8 cylinders, like from the get go.
It feels natural, yeah.
Yeah. I
like him as an actor. I like the character. Just
Yeah.
something about him is just awesome. It's pretty rad.
I think my favorite parts of the show are when they're like, just when it's him and Mobius sitting at a table talking, like eating pie.
Eating key lime
Yeah.
pie.
Or
Dude, there's just nothing but key lime pie everywhere in that room. It's so weird.
did you see the poster in the background? How their break says only take a 17-minute break, like once a week. I was what?
What's up with 17?
I don't know.
I didn't see that, but dang.
Is there an echo in here?
Yes,
What?
I'm Echo.
Okay, I don't know if anybody else did their homework. This doesn't need to be me every week. I do have one from a
I
listener.
said one last week.
Okay.
I did one last week too.
Okay.
So did Brian.
So I've got one from a listener. This one came in from our friend Dad Tueen. So, and this is a Halloween themed joke. So, what does a ghost call its mom and dad?
What?
Transparents.
Oh.
Because you can see through them. Is that
Because they're,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, yeah.
transparent.
And they're
Ghosts.
ghosts.
And their parents.
And they're ghosts.
Oh my gosh. I almost feel like, Steven, I don't know if it's going to get you to laugh. We should probably put water in our mouth. Everybody else put water in their mouth and see if they can
Oh
hold
my
it.
goodness.
you wanna do spit
that would be
takes?
good.
Do you spit takes?
We would spit on our computers.
We have
That would
something-
suck.
No, well, we can spit down. I don't know. You want to try it? Who's got a joke? You got a joke?
Well-
John? Hold on.
I don't have a joke now. I had one last week.
I have one from the book that comes out next April, if you guys want.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So what kind of stories do Wookiee parents tell at bedtime? Hairy tales. It's from the book, guys. It's from the book, guys.
Almost got me. Almost got me.
I think this proves that the Dad Batch
have one,
edition, the Sith edition of the dad jokes would be better.
how?
You have one, Steven?
Yeah. How do?
Hold on.
Okay. How do Sith Lords say goodbye? Darth later.
Is there an echo in here?
Yes,
What?
I'm Echo.
Ouch.
I'm clearing my nose out though. That's about it, but not my spitting. All right. Why did the skeleton quit their job? Because their heart
they
wasn't
were-
in it. Bad. So bad. All right.
We should probably screen these jokes before we.
We probably should.
No,
I
they're
should do a
supposed to be.
list.
They're supposed to be bad.
I mean, they're dad jokes, right? They're supposed to.
Bad dad joke. Okay, I
Bad
got
dad
it.
jokes.
Bad dad,
Bad
bad dad joke.
I can do one more from the book if you guys want.
Hold on, let me get some water.
You guys are wondering how I got all these jokes from a book that doesn't come out until April.
Because you wrote it.
No, I did not.
What?
Okay, why do the warriors of Mandalore leave their helmets on? Because it's Mandatorian.
Oh,
Man. Okay,
Brutal.
we should just stop right now.
yeah.
Mandatorian.
We should just
Those
stop
were
right
those
now.
were they're actually the only two that I had from the book. So
For your information, the stinger of a Yalbek queen is a delicacy on some planets.
This is I love the fact that we're doing this Chrome Tono gift giving, whatever you want to call it, experience around this nonprofit on our sleeves.
I like that you
It's
say it
pretty cool.
slower now.
What's that? Yeah, I have to say Chrome Tono so slow. I have to think about it because I have a checkered past with saying it correctly.
You're infamous.
Anywho, I was just looking at the website, and I highly encourage people to check out their website because, in fact, Raimi recommended it last week, I believe. And so I was snooping around, and I came across this article, how-to guides. So if you're a parent and you have kiddos, and being dad batch folks, we have little kiddos. 10 tips to stay mentally healthy. And one of them was about habits. Like how do you develop good habits? I know for a fact, like most young ones get so like immersed into video games, and that's all they want to do 24/7. And so, that's their form of socializing because they feel like they're talking to folks that are on the other side of that screen. But is that necessarily a great habit to carry on? When is too much, right, of one thing? And so, just kind of curious, what are some of the habits that, or maybe things that you're trying to encourage your kids to do or have done in the past? Just kind of curious. I think it's one of the challenges as parents is, right, we want our kids to develop healthy habits. Screen time is a thing now. It's a big thing now, and it wasn't growing up. For me, I can only imagine the challenges. And don't get me wrong, we had the VHS tape running and the DVDs playing sometimes, just so you can cook and manage the adulting. But what are some of the things you do for your kids to encourage healthy habits, healthy things, so they also don't get stuck on one thing?
Unfortunately, I think the biggest mistake that I made as a parent was buying my kids iPads and Switches, Nintendos, because I had, while I had, good intentions buying it for them, with Minecraft and whatever other games that they play, it gets to be a problem where they're just like, especially like, I don't know, like how maybe it's just because they're young, or maybe it's because it's a generational thing. I don't get it, but they could literally have the TV on, the iPad on, and be on the Switch all at the same time. And then if I like disturb any one of those three items,
any of them get turned off. You're like,
It's a problem. Yeah.
they know immediately. And I'm like, how? Okay. So that being said, yeah, we've had to like really enforce screen time in our house. So like weekdays, they're limited to like an hour of any of the screens. Weekends, they get a little bit more. And then there's like certain block out days or certain block out times of the day. But I'm trying to treat it more like a reward just for doing good, for like good behavior. But to take the place of all that screen time and stuff, I'm just trying to get them out of the house to do just like I think back to the things that like my dad did with me, like on weekends, Saturday morning. I never got to watch Saturday morning cartoons because 7 a.m. Saturday morning, I had to get up, go to the store, like our comic book store, and like be ready to like open up because we had
Set up.
we had people like in line ready to do that. So, there's that, and there's like that interaction with people. So like we have a local, that's not not too local to me, but it's like an indoor Comic Con-esque kind of thing called Frankensons in City of Industry, Azusa. And so I try and take the boys there as much as I can. Not to buy anything, but literally just to like walk around.
Check it out. Yeah.
Check it out. I mean, and like there's times where like I've been able to teach my older son, who's only 6, like how to start haggling for like prices, like just trying to develop that like I don't want him to like go into like a grocery store and start haggling for prices, but to be able to have like overcome that discomfort on
interacting with adults or people.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
just trying to do that, trying to get him out of the house and just doing like normal outing things, I think is good to break it up.
And I think building off what Steven said, because we have Steven and I have kids of similar ages. My daughter's 4, and he has a son that's 6 and another son that's 3. 3?
Yeah.
3.5? 4? 3?
He'll be 4 in December.
He'll be 4 soon. Okay, so they're just about all the same age, and I have the same issue with Amy because she doesn't have her own iPad, but she uses my wife's iPad, who doesn't use it, so it's essentially her iPad, and it's the purple iPad. She calls it the purple iPad because the cover's purple, and it's also an issue. We tried to not have her look at that because she also just watches like Netflix on it or whatever. No real games or anything. But to get her off of that, we get her to either play with toys because she has a ton of toys. We want her to use her imagination, and once in a while we'll see her in the corner laying down like no, like talking and playing with 2 little figures or whatever. She's got a million little things. Or we also have bikes and scooters and stuff, and she'll be like, "Hey, I want to go on a bike ride." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I'll grab my I've been grabbing my cruiser skateboard, and we've just been rolling down this on the sidewalk together, just her and I, and rolling on the bike. And I'll kind of like push her as I pedal with this. I'll push the skateboard and push her on the bike, and that's been fun. And yeah, and we'll go to the park.
She paints with you too, right? She does like building.
Yeah, well, she does paint. Well, we have like a big roll of like, I don't know what kind of paper it is, but it's a huge roll. So we'll just roll that out and put it on the ground, and we'll be like, "Yo, here's like markers and crayons or whatever, colored pencils," and she'll just go to town. We traced her the other day. She laid down and we traced her whole body, and we're like, "Draw yourself" or whatever. It's like, okay. And so it's a little bit of everything. Actually,
I forgot to mention during the workbench that my boys both got interested in 3D printing this week because of the Spider-Man helmet. Like, because I reprinted some of the parts for the Spider-Man thing, and like when they saw it, like literally finish printing, and they see like part of Spider-Man's head is now like, coming down
or whatever.
Yeah, it's coming off the printer. They're just like, whoa. And then my little one, who's 3, the little the Benchy boat?
Yep. Famous Benchy.
Yep. I printed one for him, and I literally like just took it off the printer and like handed it to him. And his
like,
eyes, he was just like, oh, it's a special boat for me?
You made this for me, right?
One of a kind.
That's awesome.
And I was just like, oh,
Amy's
man.
been throwing through a bit of a renaissance like that too, with like everything. She's like, tell me more. Like she's like, bathtubs, how do they work? And I'm like, what,
dude?
Or like stuff like that. Or she'll be like, can you show me how cars are made? And I'm like, okay,
it's
sure.
like,
That's
like
advanced
everything
right
is
there.
tell me more now. Like, I don't have anything on me right now, but she'll say something and she'll just be like, this.
It's like, Raimi, it's like the insane clown posse. Magnets, how do they work?
Yeah, she's very much that. Whatever those guys are called, I don't know.
Yeah, so I think you guys are doing. I mean, I think you guys are doing it intuitively because some of the on our sleeves has this article which I'll post here in the YouTube. But there's 7 things real quick. Build cues into the day. So like certain timing of things. So there's sort of like this routine. There's a cue. When they see that cue, maybe it's like, hey, here's a snack. After the snack, we're gonna do this, right? Mm-hmm. So that's like one thing that I recommend. Just inspire kids to begin. Just start doing something new, right? Make it harder to follow bad habits. So like, hey, if you want to get the TV remote or whatever, you got to do this thing first, So give them a little bit of barrier that they have to get over in order to get the thing that they want. Add healthy habits to replace existing habits, and it's so funny because that's something that we adults forget. I know like I think John, you quit smoking, but you started playing sports, right? You started being more active, but
good habits.
If you look back to the first time you quit, you probably just went cold turkey and said, I'm just not going to smoke. And it was probably really challenging.
It sucked.
but you replaced it with something good now, and it's working. So
Yeah,
I think
totes.
it's just like for kids, same thing, right? Encourage habit streaks. So if they do 2 things in a row, 3 things in a row, celebrate it. Like really make a big deal out of it, right? And then give rewards, and then model good behavior is the last one. So obviously they're looking at us.
That's the toughest
all
one.
That's the toughest one.
the time, all
Dude,
the time.
I say stuff once in a while. I'll say a bad word, and like I'll be driving, I'll be like beep, like I'll say it, and she'll be like, "Papi, was that a bad word?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Don't repeat it." And she's like, "I'm not repeating it, but was it a bad word?" I'm like, "Yes, it was. I shouldn't have said it." Whatever. But every time, because I'm like, "Dang, whatever this," and she's like, "Papi." Yeah. But it's really cute because she's like, "Hold up, was that a bad word?" I'm like, "Yeah, but don't do what I do. Do what I say."
I think those are all. I think everything that we talked about tonight are good methods of keeping already good mental health of a kid healthy.
Yeah.
Hard.
I don't want to think about what it would take to like fix someone to get to that point. Like poor mental health, getting to the point where it's like where they are now. Like that's my worst fear. That's my worst fear is just like, I don't know, having
I think
my kid regress or something, or
totally understand that. And I think there's some things you can control and some things you just can't, right? Like how we're born, and you might have like, I don't know what the perfect environment is to grow up in, whatever that may be, and you could still be miserable in that environment just because there's something going on, and there's some things you can control and do. And I think when it's out of your control, that's when you go to help and you go to experts that, this nonprofit on our sleeves can maybe help you with. There's experts out there. But yeah.
Yep. I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities to talk about additional content they've got on the site, as well as some of the folks from On Our Sleeves during the campaign. So
we definitely need to talk to them. It'd be great.
Save that question for them, Stephen. That'll be a good one.
And I like that kids are, for the most part, they're just like honest and transparent, because like when I was fixing my kid's Spider-Man costume, half of the side of him is venomized, right? And so I tried like putting black glue on there, and that didn't work. And I'm trying various things. One of the things I tried when his mom wasn't home was, so I was like, okay, put the costume on, kid, right? Now let's go in the side yard and put on this gas mask, and I'm going to plasti dip half your body, half your costume right now, okay? And he's like, okay. So then,
I'm going to report you.
He's got his mask on.
Yeah, the mask on. It was fine.
He's got his mask on, and I've got his arms are spread out, and I'm plasti dipping the costume. He's wearing the costume, and I'm plasti dipping half of it. And like spray paint probably feels cold. So he's just like, it tickles, it tickles. Well, it came out really good. It looks like half of it looks venomized. But then when we took the costume off,
like, he was all spray painted.
Like half of his chest is plasti
black. It's black. So he's got leather skin on top of his skin.
So he's waterproof, essentially.
You venomized your kid.
I immediately like took him to the bath and started
like,
oh
my gosh, dude, body scrub this down,
body scrubbing and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh!
So like, there's like all these like black splotches on him now, like, and so I was like, like if you rub it, it'll come off. But so then like I throw the shirt on him, and what's the first thing he says when his mom comes home?
Oh, guess what he totally ratted you out.
Guess what Dad did?
It wasn't hi, mommy. It was, mommy, Dad sprayed me. Look at this black, and he lifts his shirt, and it's just all the black stuff, and I was like, oh god.
No.
Hey, you used a gas mask. It was fine.
Yeah. Did he mention the gas mask?
warning labels on the back of a can are there for a reason.
Yeah, Joe.
I'm just glad it wasn't my fault this time.
Joe,
Do not spray
don't
that
eat the
substance.
paint. Don't eat the paint, Joe.
Yeah, don't eat. You can't eat plastic. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Welcome to Pabu, my home away from home.
Family reunion. Got to have a family reunion. California.
Yeah.
Okay, join us, the Dad Batch, at this year's LA Comic-Con and meet up with cosplayers, makers, and professionals from around the world. The talent that we here on the Dad Batch podcast see each and every day being shared with the world through social media, build parties, and conventions inspires us more than you'll ever know. So we started doing our family reunion events as a way to get the community together to create interactions and memories that build real-world friendships that go beyond everyone's followers list on social media. It's not just your chance to meet us, but it's our chance to meet you. Sure, we get behind these mics every week and talk about what we're doing, but the reality is we're more interested to hear about what everyone else has going on, and these family reunion events are our chance to do just that. And this is your chance to not just join us as we record a podcast, but more importantly, your opportunity to share with us and the community what you're working on, your tips, tricks, and compliments with your fellow artists, and see their amazing work in person too. And add real-life interactions to friendships that otherwise might only ever exist online, and experience for yourself firsthand what we see every day and how this is the best online community and family in the galaxy. So mark your calendars and come hang out with the Dad Batch at LA Comic-Con on Saturday, December 4th at 4 p.m. in panel room 405. Again, that's the Dad Batch live on Saturday, December 4th at 4 p.m. in panel room 405 at LA Comic-Con. And who knows, maybe we'll all go out for Pabu Life after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Roll out.
So that's
Show
it.
us what you're working on.
Yep.
That's huge, bro.
Get some Pabu live.
We got our official, you had a huge list of other guests that were coming to, we've got like the cast of, so many different shows, Ahsoka. I think most of the cast of Lord of the Rings is going to be there, all these other shows. And so the Dad Batch will be there hanging out with all of them.
Saturday, 4 o'clock, LA Comic-Con.
Yep, exactly. In room 405. So,
Dude.
Yeah, we got the official email just the other day. So we knew that we actually have known that we were accepted as a panel for the event for a few weeks now, but we finally got our slot in the schedule. So it's time to share it now.
It's official.
So is it going to be like 1 hour like last time? We're going to do the show, and then the best part was seeing all the makers.
Yeah.
Show off their stuff.
Dude,
that was so
we should
cool.
do
That
it
was the best part.
like London.
You know what we should
Yeah.
do? You
No,
know,
we just like London.
You guys know what we should do on Saturday before the show? We should just commit the whole day to walking Workbench.
Oh, 100%.
The four of us just do walking workbenches with everyone at the con, because that's a lot of costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down. Definitely. We'll intercept people wearing cool stuff and talk to them, and
Nope.
that'd be cool.
I'm excited.
Is that a cat cosplayer?
Yeah.
And there's
Hey, so the timing of that, we will be in the middle of our Chrome Tano, right?
Yes,
that'll be dead in the middle. Yep.
Dude, so we could maybe hopefully get a spike wherever we're at in the donations. If we show up with, hey, if you make a donation today, you might walk away with this or with this.
If you bring something.
If we bring a few things and we watch the donation go live, right, and we witness it, then you're in the drawing for, I don't know, something really, really cool maybe we can give away. I don't know. I'm just trying to see how we can get a really big spike.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I like it, Joe. And
We'll figure it out.
We'll give it away at the live show.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Oh man, win a date with Rosario Dawson.
What? You're
All
gonna
right.
do that, and she doesn't even know?
Once we announce it, she has to kind of go through with it. Otherwise,
Enter?
she'd look bad, right?
Isn't that how that?
Can we play?
Isn't that how these work? You just
No, Steven, you do that to us, not Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. She won't know.
get under the table, guys. Get under the table.
No, we're not doing that again.
You don't
Quick,
you
under the
donate our
table.
services and our bodies to whatever it is you wanted to do, and then
Yeah, no more under the
Wait.
table. We'll be there sitting by the time
Dude, it
people
was
walk
hot. It was so
in. You can say hi to us right
hot.
away. We don't have to
was
play
hot.
that game again.
Wait. So
Yeah,
it's
it
the
was
four
fun.
of us, and then Brian will be there, right, Raimi?
That's the plan. Yep, we'll have to figure out the logistics of that, but the idea is that we would have Brian available like on screen or something like that.
On
with
a
us.
screen.
Can we get one of those? You might have it at your work, but can we get one of those like iPads on wheels that walks around?
and it rolls
then,
around.
But then we can dress that up in a costume, like Crosshair's costume.
We'll just put the rifle in his hand.
Like the
Just roll around.
little like virtual workplace thing. Yeah, like you said, like the iPad.
Shout out to
The iPad
Brian,
on a
who's
Segway.
in California.
Maybe we can
and
fly
Yeah, he's in California and he didn't come
decided
to hang
not
out
to
with
be
us.
with us or get
Maybe
lunch
we
or
can-
anything.
Fly him out.
Or come on the show. God, he is
Shout out
such
to
a
Luke.
he is such a
who's babysitting
crosshair.
him.
He's just
Such a crosshair move.
ugh.
That.
Saturday, 4:00. Oh, I love it. Okay, well, I think that
Saturday
does it for us
at
today,
4.
guys. If you enjoyed listening to the show, feed that algorithm and leave a review on your podcast app, including that onion emoji. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just subscribe and you can be entered to win an Alpha Ignition helmet of your choice, casted by the Dad Batch. You can follow me at stevie.kicks on Instagram, sometimes Twitter. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. John?
At 4 p.m. Saturday at LA Comic Con. That's
and Raimi?
What he said, although I want to correct something. I think I said December 4th, but it's actually the 2nd. But I figured it out. So
it. Yeah.
don't come on the 4th. Nobody will be there.
Yeah, the
But
4th will be
You
a
remember-
Monday.
The important
Not
part
show
is
up on
it's
the 4th.
Saturday.
Remember when we had our London spot and we like misquoted it like 6 times before? We're like Friday
I
the
blame-
7th at 4 or 4
I
or
blame the
7.
time difference. I blame the time difference on that. So
Joe, where can people find you?
They can find me putting stuff in the Cromtano. So, for those that are watching the YouTubes, this is one of the gifts that's going to go in the Cromtano. This is a Star Wars The Bad Batch Tech Art FX statue of our boy.
Nice.
That's going in. Little
Planet
preview.
89, baby. Can we post him like this?
No, oh,
No.
dude, that sucks.
What is it? Next week is the 1st, right? Our show next week is on the 1st, the launch of
Correct.
Chromotono.
yes.
So I think we're gonna have some special announcements next week. But thank you again, everybody, for listening to episode 63 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 64 for the launch of our holiday Chromotono Volume 2. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.